I've been saying it in DM, but starting from now, please, all assignments related works to be in the group. Okay, it's usually good to be in the group because that your challenge, someone else might be having it. You get, but using your own solution, if maybe Brian has a challenge and he sends it to the group, Osas might be having that same challenge. By the time I will tell Brian, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this, Osas might pick that correction I'm giving to Brian. Then he will correct himself. So, do you understand? He will correct himself. A situation whereby Brian will refuse to stretch in the group and is coming to me, Osas will also come to me with that same complaint. Amos will come to me with that same complaint. Now, instead of using one stone to kill 3 birds or 4 birds, I'm buying stone every day. I'm buying stone every time to kill those same birds. You understand? So it does not help. You are delaying yourself and also delaying you're inconveniencing yourself because I know it seems like it is easier when you do it in my DM, but trust me, you're inconveniencing yourself. Secondly, sometimes I might not see it earlier. In as much as I try to be active, you see, my phone is always with me. Right from day one, right from days I used to work. Because I used to receive over 150 calls a day as an admin manager or executive assistant, right? I used to receive. So I cannot give an excuse that I did not see a call coming in that I need to do something for the CEO. I did not see a call doing those. So I got used to it that my phone is always with me. Immediately notification is coming in, I'm seeing it. No matter what I'm doing, I'm always checking notification. Yeah, so I'm already used to it. Even if I'm very busy, I'll quickly check that notification and respond immediately. Continue what I'm doing. All right. So don't think that because I respond immediately to things, I am not doing anything. No, I know that is how some people think about it. Because he's already responding, so he's less busy, he doesn't do anything. No. I'm used to it that I will always respond to you immediately. So, what if I don't see your notification on time or probably I skip it? Someone else. I've seen situation where someone who wrote something, or SAS or Kayode, corrected the person. Understand? Franca will now. If Franca is not even here, Franca has never written me in a she always brings her issue to the group. And you people, so before I even see Franca's complaint, people have solved it already. That is how community is grown. That's how community should be, not in secret. All right, you will gain more knowledge doing it in the group than in my DM. Except it's the one that the group doesn't cannot solve. Then I will now jump on it and let's do it like that. You understand? And starting from now, please, everybody, once you're bringing in your complaint, number one, you're bringing whether assignments or you want to do something on your own. All right, you must always describe your workflow. You must always describe your work. Okay? Describe your workflow, what you want to achieve, the challenge, the business problem you want to solve. That is the only way I will know what you're doing. Even if I'm the one that told you do that assignment, describe your workflow. Very important. And now you people have started doing workflows as assignments. Start posting them on your social media platforms. You can post and tag me. You can post if you're active or if you have your community more on Facebook, you can do it on Facebook. You can do it on LinkedIn. Always do it on LinkedIn. Do it on TikTok. Do it on Twitter. Do it anywhere. But always do it on LinkedIn. It's a must. And any other social media platform you are active on. All right. That is what shows your visibility. When the class started, I told you guys to Everybody go to LinkedIn, follow each other. I don't know how many people followed each other, but then that's how you grow your own followership, and you even find what's it called? Find essence in what you're doing. You optimize your profile as well. Some of you'll find out that since you changed your LinkedIn to N8N AI automation, the posts you are now seeing are now related to N8N and AI automation. The posts coming to your timeline now are now related to AI automation. The updates coming to your timeline are now related to AI automation. Not now random posts. All right, those of you that optimize their profile, that's been optimized. You must have noticed it, right? So please, let's go to what we have today. So what do we have today? Please, someone come in. Someone come in. What do we have today?
We have advanced workflows, looking at loops, conditionals, error nodes, code node, HTTP, webhook, best practices, and versioning, including security. That's looking at API keys. Then the lab will be on automated personal task, e.g., email manager, and the quiz will go alongside as well.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is for the loop, we've done conditional. So this is more like progressive class, right? We've done conditional, which is the conditional are those switch, if, and switch, if, and filter. Those are the conditionals, right? Then we are going to do, excuse me, we are going to do today HTTP, and the person that's going to do HTTP for us, I already told you, one of our students will do that because I love what he do. So he's going to take us through that, but I'm going to explain it, all right? Then to give us the work itself, all right? Then, so what we are going to do today, I will explain these things you just did now, show how they work and everything. So let's get to work here. All right, let's get to work. So this is, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. But then I want to ask, before I start proper, is there any group here that had issue with their assignments? What issues did you have with your assignment? We are supposed to review assignments before we start, right? So what issues did you have with your assignment? I'll take the common issue. What issues did you have with your assignment? Okay. Nobody had issue with assignment. All right, that's okay. So I'm going to create a new workflow now, right? And before now, we have been doing send email. We have been doing send, but then let me stop sharing this first. But then some people went to extra mile to do get. We have been doing post and send, all right? But I saw some people who have gotten to the extra mile to do get, right? So what I mean by post and send is on your email. Your email knows you have been sending emails. We have not pulled email so far from our inboxes, right? We haven't pulled email so far from the inboxes. Okay. So what you're going to do today is we'll do the lab, which is an email reader, right? Pass it through a loop so that I will explain how this loop works. Pass it through a loop, and since we've done the conditional, all right, I'll pass it through a loop with Then webhook, I'm going to do an explanation on webhook. All right. But webhook is not, I would say practical of webhook, because we are still going to use it. So I'm going to do the explanation, which I've already done before. If you understand, we'll do a little practical on webhook, then extend it to when we start using the AI. All right. So this is it now. Since there are no questions, I'm going to go straight into the class. All right. So we are going to start using AI from tomorrow. We'll start embedding our AI from tomorrow. All right. So this is my blank workflow now. If I want to catch detail from my email, if I want to read my inbox, if I want my what's it called? My workflow to read my inbox, what do I do? I'll still add that same Gmail. However, the Gmail I am adding now is not going to be a trigger. Trigger, like I can see trigger. Now, on trigger has only one actionable item, which is receive message. Whenever a message is received, it's going to read that message on it. Do you understand? Now, how do I want it to go? Do I want it to read my message every minute? Do I want it to read my message every hour? Just like your scheduled trigger, just like your other trigger, right? Do I want it to read message every week? Do I want it to read message every day, right? That is it here. Now, if I want to add full time, yes, still the same thing, but then maybe now the event, it has only one event, which is unlike the other ones. Let me show you now. This same Gmail, let me show you here. Gmail. This one has 26 items. All right. No, I told you that trigger is what starts your workflow, and your action is inside your workflow. All right. Now we come here and say send. Right. Sending here means that it's going to send out items. But now look at this operation. Operation here has 20 other items. Right. Send and wait for response. Send, reply, remove label, mark as read, mark as unread, mark as read, get name, get, delete, add label. Do you understand? And the resource is message. Now, these other resources are also important. If it's something I need to label my inbox, I need any message that comes in, I label it. Any message that comes in, I label it. You understand? I will use label. If I want to draft, that means as message is coming in, it's creating a draft, or I want my AI to create a message and put it as draft, I will use draft. Right? If I want my emails to remain on a thread, a single thread, I will use thread. All right. Now, I will always tell you this is we are doing N8N, N8N. All right, N8N. So it is not teaching you all those other things. I believe you already know how to make use of Gmail. You already know how to make use of other things. So we are here to learn N8N, right? So these Gmail things here, they are already things you know how to do on your Gmail itself. All right. Now let me go to my Gmail here. Okay. And let me go to now. These are the things in my Gmail already, right? Now, this is labeling. You can see labeling here. What I'm showing you by the left hand side, these are labeling inside my Gmail. All right. This is printing a draft. This is sending a message. All right. This is now to make an email remain as a thread. All right. That will mean copying the email ID and make it to stay on a certain thread. Okay. Now, if I click on more, you see delete items, spam, trash, manage subscription. All of them are not always inside. Let me click on more. All of them are not always inside N8N. Okay, they are not always inside N8N, but then once inside N8N, you make it of them. You understand? Now, those things I've seen, this is level here, this is message, this is creating a draft. Just like They are inside our Gmail, right? Now, operation is I want to add label. If I want to add label, for instance, have my message ID. Then I'll select label. Now, these are the list of labels inside my own Gmail. Do you understand? I've selected label, then these are the list of labels inside my Gmail. All right. Let me open uh, let me open this particular email now. Let me open this particular email. The Gmail for it here. So you will see who does join. Okay. Now this is it here. This is Osa sending me messages, Abi. Now look at my labels: booking, inquiry, payment, personal. Okay. Then more here, you'll see all these other ones. But these are the core labels I have: booking, inquiry, payment, personal. Let me go to N8N and check with my label. You'll see inquiries, payment, personal. Okay. And where did you see booking here? Booking, inquiries, payments, personal. These are the levels. So it's usually basically what you already have inside your um inside your system. You are not creating a new email system, but it's an already existing email system in your Gmail or in your SMTP email. Mind you, it's not only Gmail you can use it. Also use the SMTP in case you have a company or you're trying to work for a client who doesn't use Gmail. Right? You can use email here. I've talked about this before. That is this here. So you have sent a message and send that email, which you now come here and create. Think that's your client place here. So for instance, if somebody that is not using Gmail, shouldn't say, oh no, it is only Gmail you can use. You just tell the person to get you these details: the username, the password, the host, the port, and the client host name. Now you get all these things in the documentation. All right. Now if I open documentation here, this is where the documentations are. You will read how it flows. Now, mind you, all documentations are not the same in API. Do you understand? They are not the same. To always read documentation of that particular. So let it not be a case of maybe I taught you how to make it of weather API, all right? Or we learned how to make use of weather API. Then tomorrow you now have to make use of Google Gemini API, and you're saying, "Oh, I didn't teach you how to make use of Google Gemini API." No, that is wrong. Do you understand? There are 1,000,001 API documentations in this world, and we cannot learn all of them. Now, me as a developer, I do not even know other API documentations until I see them. Do you understand? You don't know the API documentation until you see them. All right. So any part you want to work with, whether it is your email, whether it is Gmail, whether it is ChatGPT, they have different API systems. And your API documentation for getting, retrieving information may not be the same for sending information, even on your Gmail here. Let me show you a proof of this. It's just that I've connected my Google Drive. All right. For those of you who have not connected your Google Drive or your Google document, try doing this. Try connecting Drive. Just do it now as I'm saying it. Try connecting your Drive. Add a node, search for Drive, take your Google Drive, click on any of them, maybe create a folder or create a file. Let's say create a file. Click on create a file. Where is create a file? Yeah, create file from text. Click on create a file. What do you see? What do you see? add a node, add Google Drive, click on create a file. Then tell me what you see.
I'm
This
on
for
the
those who
page.
have not connected their Google Drive, right?
Then for those who have not linked their Google Drive before, tell me what you see.
See parameter and setting.
Okay, at the
We
top,
have
wait, hold on. At the top, do you see create credential?
yes, create credentials.
Is it empty?
Select a credential, create new credential. That's what's there.
Create new credential. Or now,
Yes.
click on. Okay, share your screen. Share your screen. Share your screen.
I'm on laptop. I'm using phone for the live.
Okay, please. Is there anybody here that is using laptop that hasn't linked their drive before? Please show me. So in your picture, you're showing us N8N homepage. So in your picture, you share your entire screen. Don't share a tab. Just share entire screen. Okay, Peter is presenting. Oh yeah, good. Let's make use of Peter's one. Now, Peter, if you check here now, right, you see that you select credential. Now select a credential. Select credential. Create new credential. Now, good. Scroll down. You can see that it's telling you to sign in with Google, right? Sign in with Google. But wait, don't sign in yet. Hold on, don't sign in yet. Don't sign in yet. Go out again. Go out. Close it. I want to just show you this. Now you can see that you have linked your Gmail, but this is your drive, all right? Now close this drive. Close this drive. Add Google Doc. Add Google. Click on the plus. Add Google Doc. GOC. Just type GOC. Okay, see Google Docs there. Google Doc. Add it. Then hold on. Get a document. Click on get a document. Good. Select credential. Create new credential. Good. Consider all of them now, right? You have to link them by themselves. Now, switch over to the space. There are a couple of them. Now, before now, this Google Doc, creating a credential on Google Doc, you have to do like this. There is no signing with Google yet before. Let me show you how it works. Right? But I think, Osas, you should know what I'm talking about. Even when you're
Yes, I've experienced it before.
even when you're hosting I think on this their new update, I wanted to take you people here so that you do not know the documentation. You cannot cram all documentation. There are 1,000,001 documentations, right? You cannot cram all of them. But what do? You see that little open docs there that is on your screen? That open docs. You read it step by step. You know, especially when it is yes. Now let's say, hold on, let me share my own screen. Stop sharing. Let me share my own. Let me share my own screen and show you this. Now, before now, this is how it was. This is how it was before now. Google Doc. Google Doc. Right? Here's how. Create a document. This is how it was. Let me create a. This is how it was before now. So you have to click on Open Docs to go and read the documentation. Scroll down. All right. So when you read the documentation, you start following this step by step. Do not feel tired, because if you feel tired, you're going to miss a step. I know how many days it took Osas to get these results. And what was even holding him, I think he asked me, I just told him, okay, wait, reload and do it again. Then he reloaded and did it again. It clicked. But sometimes it's like that as well. This thing, to make you sweat sometimes, right? Now, I do not know what I'm going to see here. I don't know what I'm going to see here until I click on this open doc. Then I'll see that, okay, it has told me this document contains instruction from blah, blah, I can use as a video, or I will now know. Note for N8N cloud is that the following nodes automatically sign in with Google, blah, blah, blah. So it means that this node here use the same, all of these ones, they use the same API, right? That is what it do. They use the same API. Then if I now want to create all those ones, I'll now have to start going to Google Cloud Console to go and start creating my project, and which means I'll have to follow this step by step, step by step. All right. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this because out of a million and one API documentation, we might go through one or two. But when you come across a client telling you he needs or he has a particular platform he works with and it requires API, you don't have to say, oh, you did not learn how to use that particular API. Do you understand? Because even me that is here, I only know the steps of those I have used. I don't know if a client comes now and say I should link anything to go high level. I've not used it before, but I will not say no because I have not worked with go high level on anything. I will not say no. What do I have to do? I will just have to go and read go high level documentation of what the API kit can do. API documentation to know what it can do, the capabilities, what it can do and what it cannot. Do we understand it? I hope it's not too much of a grammar, right?
No, it's fine.
No,
For me,
sir. I understand also.
Okay. Now there are two ways to make use of your API. One is now for nodes, for instance, one of the ways to make use of API is like this. See this open router. Yeah, I told people to create that. Don't do it yet, but see this open router now, right? Let me create a new credential. You can see my screen, right? API key. Do you understand? API key. This is simple. All right. This is simple because it has a node. I'll just go and copy that open router API key, put here and click on save. And that's it. That's all right. Good. Another way is this, but there are a couple of ways rather. This, and I create a credential. I have to use auth2 and all of them, right? Client ID, client secrets, and I have to create projects there, follow the instruction on there, and do, right? This is another way. Then another way for those that their nodes do not exist. Those that their nodes do not exist. What do I now have to do? What do I now have to do? HTTP. All right, the HTTP. Now, this is where you will now have to check their API keys over there. Do they have client URL? If they have client URL, you have half of your problem, in fact, almost all your problem solved. All right, what you just have to do is which platform can I get a CURL? Which platform can I get a CURL? There are some platforms that will have CURL. Anyone you know that has CURL, just copy that CURL, come here, paste it. It will update all these parameters here. But the one that does not have CURL, this is where it gets a little bit of tricky. Now, right? This is I want to finish explaining these APIs before I enter another thing. Please, let me add. Osat has gone through this part of the report. So Osat, I'm adding you as a Google, so you can help me with that.
All right, sir.
Okay. So now, please, if I'm too fast, tell me, let me slow down. If I am too fast, tell me, let me slow down, right?
You're too fast, sir.
I should have said it since now. Hmm? Now set it safe. Okay. So let me slow it down a little. Now this is HTTP node. This is HTTP node here, right? Now this HTTP node, excuse me, sorry, is usually used when you do not have when you don't have uh, the node, the native node here, right? Uh, so let me say, for instance, I usually use this guy for instance. Please don't mind all these plenty nodes I'm having here. Let me delete all of them. Okay. Let me use HTTP here. HTTP, right? This HTTP node is used for variety of tasks. It is used to call in an external application. All right. Any application that would not have native nodes yet. An example is, let's say I want to use nano banana. Let's say nano banana, for instance. Nano banana. There is no nano banana here, right? But there is Hugging Face. There's no nano banana, right? Now, I will not say because there is no nano banana on N8N, I'm not going to link in my nano banana. I guess we all know what nano banana is, right?
No.
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 Yes.
No, I know
Yes,
Nano Banana
I
is
know Nana Banana
a
from
software that is
No, please.
especially Gemini
Okay.
that is used for creation of
Nano
pictures.
banana and
yes,
BO3
yes, yes.
if I let me use nano banana is arguably the best image generation AI owned by Google. It's arguably the best image generation out of all AI. Arguably the best, right? Now that's nano banana. Now let me use a platform. The platform that I use now. Let me use Grok. No. That's just it. Let me use let me use okay. Let me use Google Gemini or OpenAI. Let me use Google Gemini or OpenAI. Let us assume OpenAI is here though, but let us assume OpenAI is not here. All right. Let us assume OpenAI is not here, but we are supposed to it's OpenAI. You're supposed to get something from OpenAI or work with OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. What I'm going to do, I'll just go to OpenAI. All right, I'll go to OpenAI. OpenAI API here, right? OpenAI API. I will read the documentation. I will log in. Okay. Let me see. I will log in to OpenAI. Read the documentation. Read the documentation on OpenAI, right? Know how I can use their API. Now, this is API keys, right? I've already created one, okay? But then I will not have to check how else can I use API key. All right, I will read and read and read and read and check how I can use their API keys, admin keys, these are projects and things like that. Okay, then default projects. Okay, I'm exposing my keys actually, which is not supposed to. Okay, now let's say I want to create API key here. I create a new project, all right? A key name, all right? This service account. Now, depending on what I want to do, I will come here and create that key, right? Then I will go here. And check. Sorry, put in the client URL or whatsoever, depending on whatsoever this key there gets to me. However, all keys are not the same, right? And all tags are not the same. All right. Let me go back to that nano banana. I do not have nano banana though. I don't have nano banana. Now, this is that nano banana. Okay, video generation API. Let me use video generation API here. Your video generation API. You can see the pricing and all this. Explore documentation. I have to take documentation and read on how I can read the. Okay, now this is exactly what I've needed, right? This is exactly what I needed. This is the JavaScript. Okay, then I guess this is one we are going to use if we want to use that. This is the Python, this is JavaScript, right? But let me do something here. Now, if you check inside here, let me use the rest. Yes, if you check inside there using this rest, this I think this is what we are going to use, right? But I've not read the documentation yet, but I'm just giving you instant. If you check inside here, you will see something here called Gemini API. I copy this, all right? See that thing I was telling you, CURL. See that CURL? I copy this and I go into here and paste it into my CURL. Let's see what is going to happen. Good. I've imported it, right? You can see that it has automatically added the URL here for us. It has come here to tell us the headers, right? The value and other things, right? Now, this is now where we have to now start mapping. Okay? You now have to go and get your own API key and replace it with this. Remove it and put your own API key. Now, this is a placeholder. You place it by yourself, your own API key, which means you don't have to go into Google Gemini, all right, into build create an account, pull up your API key, and come here and replace it. Okay? Because of that CURL, which is what I told you that if you have anywhere, look for your CURL. Your CURL solves, what did I tell you it solves? More than half of your problem, right? You can see it here. Now it has solved more than half of our problem. Now, what do I mean by solving half of our problem? That's automatically added JSON for us here. So we don't have to go ahead and start reading our where we're going to add the JSON file and all those things. Right? But then the text, the mapping is now this. What are we now going to map? We remove this. So assuming there is a form or there is an input coming from somewhere, for instance, let's assume there is an input coming from somewhere. Let me use edit field. All right. Now using this edit field and assuming there is detail coming from somewhere, right? Prompt, let me say prompt, and I put the prompt here to be ego generate a video about ego, for instance, right? And I execute, right? Now I will disconnect this, okay? And I disconnect this. I'll put it before here. Wherever I want this text to be, wherever I want this text to be, that is what I'm going to now put in here. This is what is going to be irrespective, right? This is what is going to be respected. But if I execute it now, it's going to give me an error because I do not have the required parameter. I do not have the required parameters. I don't have the API. I don't have other things set. Do you understand? Now, this is just a brief explanation of how this API works. Now, I've not used a lot of this API keys before, so I wouldn't know, which is why I will have to, like I open the Google Studio, right? I have to explore documentation. Exploring documentation will give me better knowledge of how to use the API. Now, this is Gemini API, right? This is Gemini API. It will tell you how to use them. This is Nano Banana. Nano Banana, right? My system is Yeah, this is nano bananas, right? Good. Image generation, you have to copy it as well, right? This is the CURL. Okay? Take it. This is view. This is Lyria. This is now imagine embedding. Embeddings, we have to do embedding when we get to rack systems. That's when we get to AI proper. So but what I just did here is a simple demonstration on how you use your API keys. Okay? Now, if I have Google Gemini API, which I would strongly advise anybody and everybody to not expose your API. You understand? Do not expose them. But imagine I'm teaching here and I expose my API. Anybody can use it to start working anyway. And the charges will be on me. Person uses it illegally is on my account. You understand? So people, some of you that understand what I mean by the security depth of API, I guess you know what I mean, right? That shouldn't by mistake. Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Before I go into the next one, let me answer the first one. Go ahead, Chinomuna.
Okay, I wanted to ask about the node you started with, but then you were just giving instances, so don't worry.
Okay. So which of the nodes are you talking about?
Yeah, you started with the Gmail trigger node, and then you went over to execute node, um, and all other ones. You started with Gmail trigger node, then create file from text, and then add label. But before you know, you go over to explaining the API. I think you were
Yeah,
just doing
what I was doing was to tell you that now the Gmail node, right, is self-explanatory because it has a node inside. But what if it's system where you do not have the node inside? This is how you make use of it using your API kits, right? Which is the class today covers API keys, groups, your conditional error node. We've done conditional. All right. So I was using the Gmail node. All right. I started from the Gmail, but now I asked, what if you do not have a Gmail? What if your sorry? I think I started from asking you, what if your client does not have Gmail? You understand? What if your
yeah.
client doesn't have Gmail node? What do you do? Right? And it's also possible that your client will not have that particular node you're using to work with. Now, for instance, the client might be using company custom email, right? Custom email. That will mean you'll be using the API default and all those things, right? Your client might want to use a spreadsheet system, and your client does not use spreadsheet. What your client is using is HubSpot. All right. Since your client is using HubSpot, and what if N8N doesn't have HubSpot? You will not have to use your API key using the HTTP, right, to work it out. So you shouldn't say to your client that no, I don't know how to make use of this key, or I don't know how to make use of this platform. All right, I don't know how. Sorry, not make use of it. I don't know how to link it. Do you understand the? Do you understand it now?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Okay, so we'll go to the next one, and the next one is the conditional loop. All right, sorry, the loop, and we'll talk about the code node, right? So let me talk about the loop and also refresh. Okay. Now, this loop here, okay, I'm going to use what I will use. I'm going to build a workflow so that I can use the loop to demonstrate, right? Let me do something here. Let me not use Gmail. Let me use spreadsheet instead. Let me spreadsheet because spreadsheet will have much data. Okay. Let me say on row added. Let me use on row added. Okay. Now let me pull from any of those hours, any of those spreadsheets that we've done before. This is assignment. Okay. This is to demonstrate how loop works. All right. I fetch this data. All right. I fetch that data. Now, if you look at my test data, you see plenty of these items. These are the things on my spreadsheet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, right? I think the data, right? Now, okay, 40 items. It's showing me 40 items, right? Good. As they showing me 40 items, can I pack this entire 40 items to the next part? Trust me, the answer is no. I cannot pack this. Unless I'm using, I want to put in AI or I want to send email. Let's I want to send email to all of you here now, right? And I say Gmail, my Gmail node. Okay, and I say send a message. Sometimes I'll be fast in adding this node because by now you should already know how to add a node. So once I click plus, you should already know how I added a node. It should be simple to you how I added that node. This is week 2 already. All right. We've used week 1 to know how to add a node, spent a lot of time in adding a node, right? So week 2, I know some of you will say I am fast, but I need to be fast. 1, there is no time. 2, we need to cover our curriculum within the 5 phase. And if we keep doing it the way we are doing it, you're not going to cover it. Trust me. Right? So here, you should already know how to add your node. So when I add a node, you know where that node came from. All right. That's it. That is one of also the reason you should practice. Now, this node, I want to send this 40 items. If I send these 40 items here, look at them. How many? 40 items, right? If I send all of them, trust me, it's going to break. All right? Because it will pack these 40 items all at once and push them into the email node, right? But then, what do we have to do? What I have to do, because I know it will break, I will now have, first of all, I will define this field by using this edit field, which we already know. Okay, I will add the edit field. All right, use the schema. Put now. What are the things I need? Trust me, I don't need all the details from that spreadsheet. You only mark the things, the items you need. Now, the items I need are your name, your email address, all right, and probably your WhatsApp name and maybe image name. Now, depending on what you need from your own database or where you're where you're picking your data from, all right, so then I will execute this step. Like I can see that it has name, email, WhatsApp name, and image name. If I do not need the email today, I will just image name. I will execute again and look at it. Name, email, WhatsApp name, right? Now, good. Now, if I want to now send, I can send all of them to here, but they will also break, right? Now, what do I have to do? I will now have to add the loop. This is where the loop now comes. All right, this is where the loop comes in. The loop comes in here, and now this loop, you can use it in 2 ways. Please listen attentively. You can use this loop in 2 basic ways. Number 1 way is to loop all these items inside here and push them when it is done. All right, which also means all of them will pack at the same time and enter Gmail node, right? Now, a situation where you can loop all of them and only use when it is done is, for instance, you have a lot of data coming in and you want those data to make sure they process. You want those data to go one by one, one by one, one by one. Then you now need your next where you're storing those data to catch them all at once, right? No problem. That's very kind of kind of right. But then if you want this Gmail node, you want this Gmail node to process your loop, process all these items one after the other, that will mean you will now put your Gmail node inside it and send back to this place. I know this is where got you guys confused. So what this here means that the Gmail will be picking these items one after the other. Pick one here, go. Pick another one to go. Pick another one, go. But if I should add my Gmail node on top, it will mean that all these items will all flow. Then when they flow, all of them will flush out. Let me show you how it works here. Let me show you how it works. Now let me look at this guy here and I process. All right. Let me execute this step. Okay, it is not done. Okay, let me execute the work. Now you can see that all the 40 items are here now. Can you guys see it? The 40 items are here on the done. Please, if I'm not talking to myself, or if I'm not talking to myself, please tell me you can hear me, you can see.
Yes.
40,
Yes.
all right, good. 40 items, all of them are undone, which means they all went the same time and went out at once. So when I need, if I should need all of them at once, I will now send it into Gmail. But still, it still defeats the purpose of the loop. Someone tell me, why does it, aside Mr. Sam, someone else tell me, why does it defeat the purpose of our loop if we should place Gmail inside on top of here? Why does it defeat the purpose of our loop? With everything I've explained, why does it defeat the purpose of our loop? Purpose of our loop.
Is it that we need the loop to be going one after the other, not all at once?
Good. Thank you. So it simply means that put it at dawn. That's 40 items we don't want to flush in. All right. Okay. Now imagine a bank hall. There are 40 persons inside that bank door that will always do. You understand? And there are 40 people outside. Okay. Now, can these 40 people enter all at once? The answer is no. Right? The answer is no. Even when you open it. All right. Now that door is designed in a way that it will take one person at a time or maximum two persons. All right. But it will take a number of persons at a time, keep number of persons and proceed. Number of persons and proceed. All right. Now, but when you open the door, it means everybody can now flow in the same time. So put it here. Okay. Here, if I want these items to process one at a time, I will now connect it here. Then I will send back my Gmail to here. Okay. I will send back this Gmail to here. Now, let us see how this will go. Let's see how it will go. So, you guys might receive emails now, right? So let me put email who it is sending to is here. I need to execute for it to catch. I need to execute for it to catch later. Now I put it inside here, right? And I send it back. So it is here. Now it's going to send email to Baby call. Then I'll just tell him this is a live test, right? Text here and the message. Message, I will come here and just say anything, right? Just for demonstration. I'll say, hello. This is an email to test the group share. All right. Then now, if I should come here now, then maybe I'll add something of wait and wait for 1 second each. Right. I'll wait for 1 second each. Once I wait for 1 second each, and I send it back to here. All right. So let us see how this is going to work. You can see speaking at the time 1. Can you see how it's going? 5 has gone. It's going 1 at a time, 1 at a time, 1 at a time. Are you seeing it?
Yes.
You're seeing it, right? 1 at a time. It's counting 13, 14, 15, 16. We're looking at here 17, 18, 19, 20. You're looking at here too. You can see speaking all these items and moving 1 at a time. You guys will receive a lot of, you receive emails now, but it's pushing 1, 1, 1, 1. Then when it is now done, to now say, all of them will now come to this done so that the workflow can continue. You get, so that the workflow can now continue. Now, good. You can see the done node now has 40 items. You get, so I can continue this workflow. There are some cases where you may not even need this workflow to continue here. Now, this is everything you need. But check your email. Everybody that submitted email, you've received email, right? So everybody that
Yes,
submitted
yes,
email, received email.
yes. I've seen it.
Yeah, good. I did not turn off the N8N, right? But at least you have seen how this loop works. You've seen how it works now, right? It's apparently very simple. Abi? Then, if I now want this workflow to continue to any other thing, maybe after sending the email, I now need to, and what else do I even want? Okay, it means that this workflow will not proceed until this loop is done. All right. So a situation, a perfect of instance where you need this loop is when you are expecting plenty data to come in at a time. Example, you're using your chat agent, you're doing your form system that is going to send emails out, and you're expecting that, okay, maybe you're expecting 100 persons to fill in your form at the same time. Trust me, if you do not use it, your form might break. Okay, your system might break because of the end problem. All right. So imagine you're expecting 100 persons to fill your form at the same time. Okay. Now this is for the loop. I hope we all understand. Now, if I want to go ahead, let me say I want to go ahead. What do I want to? What else would I want to do with this? Let me say I want to go ahead and I want to go ahead to maybe send somebody an email to say all email has been sent, right? Or I just want to do something else on the spreadsheet, on the what is it called? On the workflow, then I can go ahead and do it. Now, what is happening to me right now is a clear case of you need to know what you have to do before going in, right? So now imagine that I want to add a node, but I'm trying to think what else would fit in to this. Do you understand this? Try to think at what else would fit into this. Now, also, this Another perfect system for this. Let me show you this spreadsheet. Let me show you this spreadsheet where I have leads. All right. Now, okay, now this script lead, for instance, for people who send that lead. Now, for people who send that code emails. Now, everybody know what code email is. Now, imagine I want to send out all these people. This 101 here. I want to send out again. Another persons, other people here. These are straight lead. These are 501. Now, imagine I want to send emails to them. Definitely, I will have to make use of what? Someone answer me. I have to make use of what? The loop node.
You have to
Loop
make
over.
the
Thank you. Definitely, I'll have to make use of it. Now, let me also bring this in at once. Please, always rename your nodes as you're building. It will help you for understanding, and it will help whoever you are shipping. By shipping, I mean the client you're building it for. Whoever you're shipping your node, it will help the person understand what you're doing and help you also understand when you come back. For instance, yes, I know what I did there was to change names, right? But then, if I come back next month, would I be able to easily remember that okay, this is what this does, or this is what this does, or this is what this does? Yeah, this is a simple workflow, right? But when they are now plenty, how do you now know what they do? Do you understand? How do you now know what they do? So always remain. Like I was saying the other day, it does not matter the name you come and see. What matters is the symbol. Cram the symbol, don't cram the name. I can come here and rename it to config. I can come here and rename this to or SAS. I can come here and rename this to Adaobi. I can come here and rename this to Peter. Does it mean that there is a node called Peter? Does it mean there is a node called Adobe? Does it mean there is a node called Osas? Does it mean there is a node called config? No, there are no nodes called config. There are no nodes called Osas. There are no nodes called Adobe. There are no nodes called Peter. However, I have renamed them. But what makes you understand that in as much as this node is called Adobe, it is a Gmail node? What makes you know that? Because you know the symbol of Gmail. Do you understand? You know the symbol. This is symbol of Gmail. It does not matter what they are doing. Two things that matter here is number one, this send messages, which I took my time to explain the first day. Send messages matters, and this symbol, okay, they matter very well. All right. It does not matter now. Where the name matters is you're shipping it to me. For instance, I rename here to be send emails to leads. Sorry, that send email to leads, right? What should I know next? I will know that oh, this node sends email to leads. Let me show you where confusion comes in a lot of times. Now, there are two Gmail nodes here. If I don't rename them, you'll be confused, right? Now, this one can be send email to business owner, send, or I can name email to business owner. So when you come here to see this, you just know that this email is sending to leads, while this one is sending to the owner of the business to tell him that okay, you have to notify me, right? That is the importance of emailing. But if I just leave them your Gmail, trust me, you will not know which email node is doing which. Abi? Is that well understood?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Big two, a one. All right. Now, before I proceed, before I go to the main lab um, event of today, please, I'll be taking questions. Does anyone have questions? Questions? Yeah. William,
Yeah.
go ahead. William, go ahead. Please just ask your question. Ask your-
Yeah, I was a bit confused concerning the when you are trying to execute from the loop to the email. Yes,
Mm,
and you know you use Peter Victor
mhm.
as an input. So I don't know to others if they receive the email as with their own respective name or it was Peter Victor that appeared on their own email. So that's what I want to ask.
It will be their name. Please confirm. Did you receive it? Or do you receive your name?
No, I received with my name.
Because it is mapped, it is drag and drop. Do you understand?
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
so the Peter Victor, or rather the email there is it
See,
covers everything, it covers all the old data there.
see, here now is showing said November. What matters is I will drag here. I will not copy this. I will drag this. If you copy this, if you copy this name here and put it inside here, you are making it um cast on stone. Okay? It is no longer dynamic. You're making it permanent that whenever it sends, it must send with side temper. But if you drag this name and drop, are you understanding? If you drag the name and drop, it means that it is that name here. Whatsoever this name is carrying, that is what it is going to.
Okay.
That is why it is Peter. Gashiloko Chinka. I will Gashiloko Chinka. She got Hunter later.
So sorry sir, what if you're adding another Gmail, like the other one you add? How are we going to name the receiver? Like, one is for the client and one is for the company. Are you going to receive it with their own name?
Okay. Now, let me assume, for instance, here is sales team. Let's say this email node, this node here, you're sending this email to the sales team or to the CEO or to the CFO or to the HR or to the data analyst in the company, right? Now, that data analyst email is already known. The CEO's email is already known. Do you understand? All those people, their emails are known. So it is a static email log. It's not dynamic, it is static. Whosoever you want. Now, for instance, if I want Peter or if I want Oscar to be receiving notification that message has been sent to a lead, message has been sent to a lead. If I want Oscar to be receiving that notification, it means I will put Oscar's email here by typing it by myself. I'm not going to drag and drop. Do you understand? If I want two persons to be receiving, I will use comma. You get? I will use comma again. This will mean this person and this person will be receiving this email notification. Then I will now write the whatsoever I want to write, the subject, right? And change it to plain text. Then in the message, if you want them to receive notification based on the data filled by your lead or to have knowledge of the lead, the identity of that lead, that is where you can drag and drop. That means you will now have to go back to dragging these ones into the message, not into the email address, but into the message body. All right. So in essence, if you're sending notification, it is static. It is
Yes.
static.
Can you come back to that message body?
This is the message body.
You said something about it.
Yes. Now, you know that if I want to send notification to OSAS and I want to tell OSAS that someone has submitted assignments, do you understand? I might choose, let me say, dear OSAS, this is to inform you that there is a new submission, right? Details below. I can choose to tell us that, all right, I can choose to give us a quick view of the people who submitted their assignment. You understand? So here I can say name. I will drag the person's name from here. Okay, I can say WhatsApp name. All right. WhatsApp name. This is just to give him a quick view of the person, right? Then email address. Just a quick view. I've done this several times. Email address. Or it's just a quick view of. Then I can now tell him that head over to the spreadsheet for more details. You understand? Share. He already knows the spreadsheet I'm talking about, right? Because it is a static person. Then I can come here to subject and say new submission, new submission alert. Do you understand? Do you get the difference?
Yes.
Now, if I execute this, these two email addresses will receive this notification. This number one email, number two email. Now let me check if they received it. Let me check if they received it or not. All right. Okay, now you can see new submission alert. See, this is to inform you there is a new submission. So whenever anybody submits, you can see that I use side append to mark it. Okay, but what did I receive? Victor Peter, because Victor Peter was next. Was the new what's it called? Data resent. Do you understand? Then remember to always remove here. So I'll have to go back, which we already know by now. Add option, remove. If I want to add an attachment, I will add an attachment. But then we'll do that of attachment. I will leave some of them so that when we start entering AI, we'll start adding, adding binary data. Binary data are those attachments. All right. So is this well understood now?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Will had a question. Yes, this can work. I'm coming to you. Someone asked, can this work for SMS? Yes, it can work for SMS, all right? Now, your SMS providers are different from your email provider. Now, SMS providers, people like Twilio provide SMS service, right? Now, you look for SMS provider in Nigeria, okay, that serves for Nigeria, okay, that you can integrate, all right? You use them. You understand? You integrate them. So instead of the SMS to be pushing in all at once, they will also be looking. Okay. All right. Now this is different from bulk SMS service. Bulk SMS service is another system on their own, which if they are integratable, they have an API system that can integrate to N8N. You can also integrate it out so that you can push your message from N8N into that Spock SMS service and to push all of them at once. You understand? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I wanted to ask why the wait node, since the loop over time slows down the workflow, the email. What's the essence of the wait node? Sorry, I was logged out briefly. I didn't get when you said that.
Okay. So what the wait node does is to ensure that it finishes before another one comes. You understand? Now, if let's say your Gmail was taking some more seconds. Excuse me. Let's say your Gmail was taking a few more seconds to process. You understand? They'll keep coming and keep coming. Maybe it's taking a few more microseconds, not seconds. It's taking a few more microseconds to process. They'll keep flushing it, right? But when you add the wait node, it makes it wait before the next one comes. At least that first one has finished going. That is to ensure it's for safety actually. All right, it's for the workflow safety or the node safety to ensure that it goes properly without breakage. All right. Wait, go ahead.
Okay, so good afternoon. In the case of using that loop, we know too well, at least since there is something like wait node is there. Will it not be professionally right to expunge the loop, that is to discard the loop, then make use of the wait node? Since the wait node can be, there is a way
I want to ask you a question, right? I want to ask you a question. There is a wait node, and there are 100 items coming in at the same time, and your wait node just make sure that those 100 items wait at the same time. When the wait node releases them, the 100 items go in at the same time. Doesn't it still break your workflow?
Okay, all right, I get it now. I get it.
You close a gate. Okay, using the banking sector I use, you close the gate to the bank. I say everybody wait outside. 100 people are waiting outside. Then you open the gate. All of them, the 100 people waiting outside, all of them enter inside straight. Okay? It is different from when you open the gate and tell one person enter. You close again. Open again, tell one person enter. Close again. Open again, tell another person enter. You understand now? Then they will not be entering one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. But if you open it, wow, all of them will still flush in. Wow. I'm using wow. But I hope you understand what I mean. Another question.
Baba, that wow too sounds somehow. Where does that?
I don't know if you just thought it. Okay, Peter Victor, yeah, go ahead. Peter Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, I saw someone on the comment section. He said, why didn't we use duplicate node? Understand? You know, we had 41 messages, then 40 went through. So she was saying, why don't we use duplicate? So it came to my mind, like, yeah, why didn't we use duplicate node there to move extra or similar?
See, no, hold on. See why it showed 41.
What I asked was, why is it not right to use duplicate before loop? But then the duplicate have removed the duplicated emails, then loop can do their work. because from the workflow there is edit, then loop comes in, and then it's showing that the 41 messages were there. That means the remaining one was due. So
No,
is it
no,
not
no, no, no. The
better to
remaining one, hold on. The remaining one was not a duplicate. I wanted to explain that
oh
now. Yeah. See what
okay.
happened. See what happened. Okay. Let me process it. Let me process it. Hmm? Let me process it. I'm coming. Now you can see it is showing 41 here, right? Abi, omit your mic so we can talk. It's showing 41 here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's showing 40 here. Eh?
Okay.
And this output, the final item is also showing 40. Now the reason it is showing 41 is like you open the gate for this 40%, then you have to open the gate again to go and check if there is somebody remaining outside.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
you understand?
Yeah.
Then there was nobody remaining outside. You close the gate for what has passed 40%. So
Oh,
it has to go extra one loop,
one time. Okay.
yes, to be sure there is no data remaining.
All right. I get it
And
now.
and the 41 is showing inside the loop, not outside. It's showing inside. You understand? So if you
Yeah.
have 100 items, it will loop 101 times. If you have 10
To be
items,
sure.
yes, to be sure there is no extra data remaining.
Okay.
Understand? But you can still output that exact number of inputs that came in. All right?
All right. Thank you, sir.
I'm clear.
Understand.
Do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, yeah, you need duplicate. Yeah, you need duplicate. If here I'm expecting that there are duplicate items, all right, which yes, there is duplicate items. Now let me put it. Let me put it. Remove it. Move duplicate to the correct entry, right? Now, here we need to let me tell you how many items. You see that these items have gone through and 40 items went through, which means there are duplicates, right? Now, any workflow where I'm suspecting that there will be duplicates, right? For instance, duplicates are mostly used when you are professional setting like company setting or things like that. When you are picking data from a source or a database or something like that. But if it is a live workflow where people have to fill in their data, you understand? Where people have to fill in forms, you don't need duplicate. All right. So duplicate is relative. Is relative in terms of where you need it. Now, just if this was a code email, I want to write the code email, right? Yes, I will need duplicate so that I will not write to one company twice. You understand? I will not write to somebody twice. I will not write to a company twice. I will not write to a business twice. I will not write an individual twice. Duplicate will not be important. But if I don't need it, then duplicate does not come in. So duplicate is only like I always tell you that the workflow you are building determines the load you are going to use. Which is why I always tell you. I started telling you from was it 2 days ago or I think 2 days ago night. It was on this day was Friday. It was on Thursday night. I started telling you people to explain your workflow. All right. So you have to explain your workflow. Now, the workflow you want to build determines the load you're going to use. That is the truth of the matter. You understand? And that is something, yes, we are going to do that later on. But then, since I'm giving you guys assignment. Before you start building your assignment, even if you can draw, even if you can draw it on paper, draw what you need. That okay, this is where this node will come in, this is where this node will come in. You understand? You build something on paper, 10 and 10 if it's possible, or if you use laptop using lucid chart or flow chart system or something, draw them before building. It's always important to build to draw before you understand. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So before I go to the lab, okay. Yes, you guys. Any other question before I proceed? Okay, Joseph Nyarobi, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, sir. You may repeat on that remove duplicates. I don't know why you put them. You
Okay,
mean to use the
Joseph.
purpose? Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to remove it briefly. I want to repeat it briefly. So removing duplicates in a workflow or remove duplicates, adding this node is strictly when you know or when you're suspecting that there will be duplicate data coming in and you don't want them to come. All right, and you don't want them to come in. Okay, now I can choose a selected field and I'll choose to be email address. I don't want any double email address coming. So when now I've used email address and I'm only having 32 items, which means there are email addresses that we are set. Do you understand? Email addresses we are repeated. So this is you can all actually say all fields or all field except or selected field item. When you're building, if you choose all field, it means it will read through everything, right? But when you say all field except, it will read everything, but it will not read that particular part you're putting. Maybe if you say the name, let it not screen with the name. And if you say selected field, it will read only the email address. Now, in a situation like this, we need to read the email address. All right. Then when we execute, so that no email will go twice. You can see that two items before it was 36, now it is 32. All right. So the workflow is most time dynamic. All right. We understand. Be clear.
Yes, yes, thank you. I got you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my brother. Okay. Another question. So I want to be be sure. I want to be sure. Please, everybody, we all understand the group and the weight. We all understand it.
Yes, I have a question on your
Yes,
sheet.
yes,
My question is, I don't know if I can see the sheet again. I'm trying to work together with you, but my own this thing is showing video. I don't know if on your sheet how you were able to get those email addresses you sent the messages to. Is it that the emails were already on your sheet or?
Yes, yes. These were those assignments you submitted. That assignment sheet you submitted. All right.
Okay.
That assignment you submitted. Look at it here. Assignment February. Okay. Trust me, people haven't. Let me see if you pass. Now, these are the first assignments. These are your email addresses. So I picked from here as a test. So you have to pick data where data is available. And the second assignment, nobody has submitted second assignment. Good. So nobody has submitted second assignment to.
I don't understand.
So what I'm saying is, listen, the node already has data. Okay, the node of I picked this spreadsheet already has data. That is why I use. What did I use here? Get. Since we are not now, I used get. Now this is a get, which is on row added. Okay, the get method, and it is going to trigger whenever a row is added. So if someone fills now, by public that someone fills that form, immediately pick data from the spreadsheet and send that. All right. We are going to do more of this on row added when we're going to do more of this when we enter into AI, right? Because your AI agent, there's what me I prefer personally. I do not like firing directly from AI agent. I like firing it differently. So when we get there, you get more understanding. But however, I said instead of me using my Gmail, because I do not have enough data in my email. I can just only get one email inside my inbox, that particular inbox, but I don't use it. All right, you can only just probably have one inbox there. Okay, that was why instead of using email, I am using Gmail, Google Sheet to be able to do the loop. Loop works well when you have a lot of data coming. That's when you can explain loop. That's when it can work very well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to call up. I think I'll have to be doing this once in a while. I have to be doing this. Yeah, said Amanda. Go ahead.
Yes. I was about to say I've even sent you a text. The second assignment, the template that I give to us, it still reads switch node and then modify node. So if you put the RSS, it's not allowing.
No. You shouldn't reach switch node.
So that's the problem.
I changed it. Let me check. I changed it. I no publish.
You didn't publish then, because the last item is still switch node. And I tried sending and it didn't work.
Oh, I did not publish. So
Okay.
I did not publish. I did not publish. You're right, though. How? You're actually right. So where did I? Which node? Interior. So what happened? Because I changed it and even changed. Let me check.
So I believe that's the reason why no one has been able to.
This is the issue.
For the reason no one has been able to send.
Yeah, this is the issue, right? Sorry. I duplicated it and now edited on the second duplicate, and I did not publish that. You understand? Let me copy this and take it into the assignment. This someone quickly. When I do this now, just refresh for me. Refresh, let me see. Refresh the link. Let me. Open the link and refresh. That was my error, actually. Sorry about that. I duplicated and then I went and edited on duplicate instead of editing on the main copy. Is it showing at your end now? Is it showing at your end?
Not yet. I'm refreshing it. Not yet.
It's saying problem loading form. I don't know.
Okay, problem loading form.
Yeah, let me share my screen so you see it. The same prompts.
Oh, okay.
Please, have you seen it?
I know why. I'm going to change. I'm going to change it. Yeah, it has changed the link of the form. 5DC. Yeah, it has changed the link.
But boss, we can go ahead and then later on you do it for us too.
Yes, I'm good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for bringing that to my life.
All right.
So that is it for now on those. Then I guess we all understood everything that was explained here now, right? So we now move in to the next. And then before I move into the next, I want to use this time to, there is something here, error node and versioning, right? Error node, versioning, and the rest. Now, on error node, see this email, this lab for email, let's use the one we've done today, which is spreadsheet, to serve for the lab for email, all right? Then what we will start, the next class being tomorrow, where we enter AI, as we are using AI to do some of the things. Then we'll now do, you can see that, you see that some of the things we've done, you can just put AI, sort of writing those email manually, storing those leads. Sometimes you use your text classifier to do a lot of the things, all right? So, and so let me quickly show you guys this. All right. Now, in a situation, where aside using additional error code or error node, right? There is something you can do here. Okay. One way you put your error, that is, include your error check is this. Number one, each node here, if you look at each node, all right, if you look at each node, go to the setting. Remember the first day I told people to just ignore the setting. And later on, I will bring you to it. Okay. Now, when you go to setting here, look at setting. Look at setting. You see always that put data. You see execute once. You see retry on fail, right? Then on error, stop workflow or continue using error output. Now, these are the things you use to do your error check. But most times, the ones that are going to use most of the time is retry or fail. See this retry or fail, that is one. Now, what it means is that when you may not notice it, but do you know that Google server, for instance, used to fall sometimes? Your API connection used to fail sometimes, but you may not notice it. So just fail within 3 seconds, or within 3 seconds, or within 4 seconds. All right. Sometimes you're browsing, your browser will just be rolling, and takes more time to load. But sometimes the server might have had an outage. So if somebody, or if your workflow is running when there is a server outage, or when there is an API outage, it means that your workflow is going to error out, stop and end the error. So to make sure those things do not happen, go to setting. So retry on fail. All right, maximum retry. How many times do you want to retry? Yeah, like 5 times. So this 5 times. Now, this 5 times, it means that when there is an error, it's going to retry 5 times. The first time it will try, and then error, it will retry again 1, retry again 2, retry again 3, retry again 4, retry again 5. Okay, so in a situation where an error, server downtime or API downtime happens in seconds, at least on the 3rd and 5th time, you can pick up, your workflow would proceed. Now, when you say retry this certain number of times, then you come here, look at here, you say wait between tries. What does wait between tries do? Because how long should you wait before retry? And this is in millisecond. It's not in second, it's not in hour. It's in millisecond. Now, 1,000 milliseconds is equal to 1 second. 2,000 milliseconds is equal to 2 seconds. All right. So if you want it to retry every 1 second, you leave it to the 1,000 seconds. If you want it to retry every 2 seconds, you put it on 2,000 milliseconds. I repeat, this is not in seconds. This is milliseconds, ms. So if you put 2 here, it means 2 milliseconds. which is more like instantly. It doesn't wait at all. All right. So always mind, like I always tell you guys, N8N is very literal. What it writes, that is what it is. That's the way you write. That's what you do. You understand? So wait between. If I want you to retry every two seconds, I'll put 2,000 milliseconds. Now, on error, what's else on error? What should happen on error? When even after it retries on error, what should happen? Should it stop workflow? Should it continue? Or should it should it continue using that error output? Now, continue using error output is when maybe we told you server downtime and you want your workflow to compute that server downtime as an output. Do you understand? Then, let me show you. Then, to continue using server downtime, but it will not have an additional error node. Do you understand? To have an additional error node, you can see that it has added another error node here because I added continue using error output. All right. So what it means when there is an error here, to now use this one to notify me. So you can now choose where you want this error to come to you as a notification. Do you want it to come to you as an email, Gmail? Do you want it to come to you on Telegram? Anywhere you want it to come to, that is where you will have to put it. All right. Now it says send a message, right? Then that error output is not going to be here, but there is no error message, so it's not going to show anything. Right. So let me delete it. Okay. We'll show this better later on. But then your retry is very important. And retries are usually important when you have integration. All right. When you have integration, it's very important. All right. So that when there are server downtime, those integrations continue, maybe to retry and retry and retry. Right. Then continue using continue using error message. So it means that you can see that that extra node, extra tail has gone off, right? So it will not continue using that error message as an output. So instead of pulling data from the spreadsheet, continue using there was an error in workflow. Continue using it to process. You understand? You guys understand?
No, sir. I didn't understand how the error node came up and how it disappeared again.
What closing? That error node, I added it from but on error here. Are you seeing my screen?
I can see it.
Good. Instead of saying continue, you say continue using error out. Then it will come here.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
But when it comes here, your workflow, this part of your workflow here will no longer continue. So now only use this to notify you that there was an error. Okay. So all your nodes can put retry. Now this is error handling. Okay. Error handling. Now execute once. Execute once means that maybe even if there are a lot of inputs or if, errors are happening, you can just execute that one. So always output data means that whether there was an error, there was no data, there was anything that happened there, it must output something. It should flow and go. Even using an empty data, flow and go, right? Now always output data is mostly used when you have a couple of data incoming, but your workflow does not really depend on those data. You understand? Your workflow may not really depend on those data, or there could be other lines in your workflow. There could be other routes in your workflow that need to function. Okay, so that continue always output data. It will make that particular line flow, then another one to come and flow. But if it errors out and stuff, now an instance is, imagine I have another line here, for instance. I have maybe another line here. Okay. Now imagine I have another line of, after this one, I have this one. You understand? But I still always have put enter to ensure that the workflow continues. All right. Make sure this one runs and also come back to this one to run. If not, the workflow will stop. This one will not proceed. All right.
Yes.
Good. So now this using error output, to remove it, just go to your settings, open the node, go to your settings, remove it. Okay, remove it. To remove it. Now, with this setting I've done now, stop an error, stop workflow. With this setting I've done, like that whenever there is an error, stop the work. The entire workflow will stop, will come to stop. You understand?
Yes.
So that is error.
Okay.
Now there is what is called error workflow, which means you have to design another workflow, entirely a separate workflow, and it's called an error workflow. With time, I'm going to show you guys how to. Let me not overload your head right now. Okay, I will show you with time how to do that. I can see that some of you are already tired. Is it not?
No.
Right here.
God believe.
Right here.
We are just starting. No, you have not done any projects now.
Nobody is answering anymore.
We are here. Oh.
They're not tired. Let me call Ruko. Is that easier?
That's my problem.
Proc Adric, Manu fan, Adipe, are you here? Akim Adeyi, are you here? Emos Dominion, are you here? Chinyere Nape, are you here? Chris Adewosa, are you here? Adobe, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Ezedibia Smart, are you here? Innocent, are you here? Joshua Nyarobi,
I'm here. Still
Joshua
have enough energy.
Joshua Sule.
Yeah, I'm here.
Maria,
Yeah, I'm fighting with network.
Okay. Maria, you want to?
Yeah, but I don't hungry.
Yeah, I never talked this morning too. And I started the session last night. Nnamdi Samuel, Obinna Collins, Ogana Iwe Godwin, Okoyemi Emily, or Sars, would they hear definitely. Peter Victor, Queen Ikuji,
Yeah. I even slept off at some point.
I'm here.
I am here.
But sir,
Vivian,
I actually have a question, kind of the API connection. I won't lie, I didn't really get that part well.
Okay, Vivian N8N. W Norma, please. W Norma, what's your WhatsApp name?
Good afternoon. My WhatsApp name is Lord Lady.
Is what?
Lord Lady.
Okay. Where are you chatting from? Or where are you joining from?
From Port Harcourt.
Oh, okay. Well, you sounded like South African. Is it
No.
my ear?
No, I'm from Europe.
You're from Europe. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So Wekesa Brian, you're here, right?
Yes, I am here.
All right, good. So Chinyere did not answer. Chinyere, what about
I'm here.
Obichukwu? What about Obichukwu?
Obichukwu, she should be here, but she just was not getting the explanation. But she will, let me call her back.
She wasn't getting the explanation. And she didn't want to ask questions. I think all the people does well with the video, watching, then that goes back to refer to the.
She doesn't like questions. The interruptions stresses her. So she always waiting when you start the class. She don't like people asking questions. It stresses her.
Okay. Although the class is usually finish one part, then take questions to be able to continue. All right. So for the API part, some things are usually better when that's explained, right? So for the HTTP node, what's up? I already told you
Yes, I'm here.
that you're the one that's going to teach. Let's see. Take us, share your screen, take us through HTTP node. And we're going to be doing this from time to time. Anybody who did something extra that I guided you, or you did it and showed me, and then we looked at it, you might come to the next class and I'll be like, okay, come and show us your understanding of it. Okay, go ahead, share your screen yourself. I've stopped my own screen. I always want this class to be an interactive one. It's not just about me, right? So those questions you might have, someone might have even understood, right? Okay.
Can everyone see my screen? Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, we can see your screen. We can see your screen. Good afternoon.
Chapo, well done, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Chibueze, for this opportunity. I'll just walk you through what I was able to achieve using N8N. For this particular project, it's a weather forecast project, and basically what I do in some of these projects, when I look at the brief, I start thinking of ways to solve the problem on the brief. So from day one, we knew we looked at the types of nodes and their functions. So the particular brief, I started thinking of the kind of nodes that will apply, in solving the problem that is related or that is captured in that brief. So for this weather forecast, one of the things that I looked at was an activity scheduler. When we schedule activity, he mentioned something on cron trigger. I didn't know what cron trigger was, but I had to start doing some research on cron trigger, and I saw some write-ups concerning cron trigger. So I found out this expression, that gives the timing and the dates, to trigger an event. Normally, I would have just done schedule, but because it was specifically mentioned that we should use cron, so I had to research cron, and I got the expression for this, and I inputted this expression. But till now, I still don't know the full meaning of this, but Mr. Chibueze will guide us using the cron trigger. So when I did this, the next thing that came to my mind was, how do I start forecasting for weather? I started thinking of what to do. Then I realized the HTTP node. The HTTP node will help me pull up information concerning the weather of the day, and obviously getting information from the activity scheduler. It will help me prompt the HTTP node to pull up information. So when I did the HTTP node, the first thing that came to my mind was to get information. Where will I get information from? I started looking for API. So luckily I created an API account before now, so I was able to pull up my API keys from my weather. From the weather, and this one is open router. I did open weather, so I was able to pull up API keys from open weather. You can see my screen also where I got my API key from, and I was able to copy the API key, and I ran with it. This is the screen of this is the
So how
API
did
environments for weather.
what comes through how you got your API from the open weather?
Okay. All right. So this is my account in open weather. See, you can see that it's showing my name. So automatically I went to APIs. I went to APIs. It's supposed to display the different APIs I created in open weather. Let me see. Let me go to my accounts. My API keys. Okay, it's telling me to sign up. Let's see. I'm trying to log into I've forgotten my password though. But no. Everybody just hold on. Find my way around this thing. I'm coming. It's wanting me to log in.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
let me sign in.
It needs to be sure that it is you. That is to tell you how sensitive API keys are.
Yes.
So it must make sure that it is you. That is why. Must make sure it is you, right? So that's to tell you guys how sensitive API.
Yes, my API is really saved in my account, but to remember the password now, that's another
Okay,
thing.
but go ahead with the explanation.
All right, so I'll go back to the environment. All right, so I was able to get the API and I copied the API, the URL and the API key into this URL prompts here.
Hold on, I
Yes.
just saw something. Something.
Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see. Yes.
All right, so immediately I pasted the URL here for the open weather API key. Once I execute, it just goes ahead and produces the weather forecast. All right, so another thing I figured out was, how do I now convert this weather forecast into an information that I think will be useful to me? And after that, and I use the node, code node. You can see that I pulled out data from the previous node, which is the HTTP node. I went to the code node, so I can streamline the data, make it look presentable before I can send it via email. So all these are just a function of me thinking of which particular node I can use in solving the problem that was highlighted in that brief. And when I got to this place, which is the code node, I started looking for how to use the JavaScript to do this streamlining. For this particular project, I actually researched ChatGPT to get this JavaScript code, but recently I found out that using Grok was more reliable, in turning out JavaScript for code node, But for the most recent project that we did, what I did was also I copied the content of the brief, pasted it here, and I asked AI to generate the code. That was for RSS feed. Yeah, RSS feed. So using Ask AI, automatically generated the code, and I just walked past that difficulty. So for this one, I was able to generate the data in table format. You can see it has the schema and the JSON format, but I was able to generate in this format, and I now moved it to the email. Okay, so because I knew I was going to be sending it out to a client, so I moved it to the email. Initially, obviously you have to have your email credentials, where I was able to log in this code node to my Gmail account. This was the foundation of this. This was the problem I encountered at first when I started using N8N. I spent almost 2 weeks before we started this paid class in trying to bypass this situation because I was using the self-hosting platform for N8N. So I was able to achieve this, and when I do this, as you can see, it's connected to my email automatically. If I do sign up, it will still initiate my email situation. I'll now do login. Automatically, it's there. I'll choose this. This after I've gone through the process of doing the auth2 authentication, creating projects, creating usernames and all of that, and getting the IDs and keys.
Sorry to cut you here. I'm sorry, I don't get, how did you connect your email to the app? My network was misbehaving.
All right, so when you open the email node, all right, automatically it brings you to this situation, this prompt. Normally, you're supposed to do create new credential if you don't have one before, but since I already had one, I did this. But if I click on this pencil symbol, if you do create new credential, it brings you to this prompt. All right, so this prompt just says, this is how you are going to link your email to this email node. Normally, best practice, if you have not done this before, is expected that you do your open docs, so I can see how you can link that
That is
node
when
to
you're
your
using
email.
self-hosted or
don't.
VPN.
Yes, even when I was doing self-hosted, I went through a lot of headache before I could bypass it. But I now found out that cloud hosting was easier, But I always tell people when you're in doubt, you don't know exactly know what to do, it's better to go through the notes so I can see the different steps, in achieving what you want to achieve or connecting your notes to your different platforms. It just gives you an overview of what to do exactly, so I can achieve your goal. So this was what I did. I looked at this extensively, knowing the steps to follow before I was able to connect my my note to my Gmail account. So immediately I saw that, I just did this sign up. Signing up now brought out the menu that shows all my mail. I selected the Gmail account I was using to create the project and all of that. He clicked on this, it just displayed this. I knew that I was successful. So automatically I now did continue. So it connected my Gmail accounts to N8N, all at once. So going forward, I didn't need to be connecting my Gmail account to different nodes within N8N. If I have to, it just connects automatically without me going through any stress, because it already helped me I already created projects, created the O2 accounts in my Gmail accounts, so all those were evidence, in the things that I did to make sure that I was able to bypass the problem of connecting my Gmail accounts to N8N. So maybe I did that one. The remaining one was just to follow the instructions. Obviously, my resource was to send a message. The operation was to send. I didn't want to do get. It was send message. So who am I sending message to? I actually was sending message to Mr. Chibo. I added his email address and did the comma. I also added myself just to be able to be sure that the email went through. Then the subject, obviously it was weather report for today. That the format was HTML. So I now crafted this message saying, hello, Mr. Chibo, I trust you are doing fine. This is a weather report for today. But guess what? The first time I sent this message, the report did not show. So Mr. Chibo now highlighted the fact that it was only a message that came, but reports did not come. So I had to come to this section, to pull up this particular weather, and I dragged this my prompts and I pasted it here. This one is going to show double now, so I'm going to just remove it. My system is malfunctioning now. Okay, so my system is malfunctioning. Recently, my system is malfunctioning. So good. Oh, hold on. All right, so I'll just move this and drop it here. All right, so the automatically it sends the so if I open my email box, which is Outlook, the email will definitely pop up there. So when my Outlook is opening, so this was how I was able to achieve the projects to make sure that it's done in N8N. Looking at the different.
Okay, I think your network is bad now, Dr. Thank you. Thank you.
Nodes that I think will work. I do some sites where I've only notes that I know that. Hello, sir. Hello.
No, your network was.
So this email that came. Okay, that's my email. So this is the email that came. I didn't capture that weather prompt properly. My system is actually malfunctioning, but this is it. This JSON file did not capture properly.
Okay. Okay,
take it,
That's fine. I want us to keep the time today to be one. So thank you very much, Mr. Sats. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Now, do you guys notice something that now this was the reason? Next one, I'm going to also ask Adobe another day, not today. There's something Adobe also did. I'm going to ask her to come up as well. Now, listen, this is what I mean by when you learn, you practice, all right? You explore, you become flexible. Do not be rigid now, right? If you look at closely on what he did here, all this thing was just what showed up on the lab our practice we are supposed to do, right? On the last class. Do a weather forecast. All right. I was supposed to do it during the last class, but I saw that he did it and it took a lot of time going through the if and the code node and all those things that we lost time, right? Now, but there's something here I want to okay, Mr. Osas, can I ask you?
Yes, sir.
Have you been in tech background? Are you from tech? Your experiences so far, are they tech?
Yeah, let me be very honest. Yeah, I'm from by virtue of my experience, I'm in tech, but I didn't pay any attention to tech. Why? Because when it comes to all these web activities, I didn't pay any attention. My area of tech was under business process, coming in and using CRM, doing a lot of training.
But then it was more of administrative, right?
Yes, very well. That's what I was trying to get.
Okay. Now,
Administrative type of projects.
The reason I am saying this is somebody is saying it seems that people with tech backgrounds have upper hand in this automation class. Like tech background makes it easier. Quite all right, it does. But what makes it easier is your ability to reason, to solve problems. Remember during my live classes where you people met me, I was shouting it. You do not need to have tech. The only ability you need to have is read and write, be patient, think, solve problems. Do you understand? Now, whether he's from a tech background or he's not from a tech background, okay, I did information technology, but I haven't really been in tech for as long as. Do you understand? But if I see automation, now I did automation, I did automation, right? What helps me do it is my ability to read business problems. You are transitioning to a low code, no code tech career. All right. Yes, it's not going to be easy, but then you should have the ability to think beyond what you are taught. If you cannot think beyond what we are taught, trust me, it's going to be really, really, really difficult for you. Okay? What do I mean by beyond what you are taught? Look at, okay, this is a 5 weeks training. There are people, in fact, other people do 4 weeks. And trust me, I have seen there is this institution that does 4 weeks, 100,000 naira for 4 weeks. And what is it? I'm taking 100,000 from people now for this class because I'm going to take my time to teach them again. But those guys take 100,000 naira for 4 weeks, and once their class starts, they close registration, right? Which from today, I close my registration for this class, okay? Because I cannot keep taking people back every time. Now, listen, I have screenshot their work, what their students are doing, what they're teaching their students before a lot of this on, and I pasted it inside our group. And people inside our group criticized it. One was putting filter before the email load. One was consuming over 70,000 AI tokens. Are you guys saw that? Now imagine I'm going to pay 100,000 naira to study for 4 weeks, all right, and do such a thing. It is good. But what makes it best? What makes it best is that you are not only going to be doing what we are taught 4 weeks, and they do twice a week. Me, I'm doing 3 times a week. They are doing twice a week. Now, just trust me, I would cover more places than they will cover, right? I'm driving at somewhere. I will cover more places than they will cover. Abi? Now, do you want to tell me that within 4 weeks, you're going to be taught everything about AI automation, or within 5 weeks, you're going to be taught everything? You're not going to be taught everything, but you're going to be taught what will help you to build, what will help you to start doing automation. If you want to go and learn AI automation, that you want to go and learn and they will teach you everything bit by bit, then you know that you're going to enroll for 6 months to 1 year, and the money no be here. I've seen people charging $900 and something dollars. $900 and something dollars. And you be the one to teach yourself. Like if a class, you just come here, they have their curriculum set. Once in a week, their tutor will come and teach. Then others you do it according to your time. Now, I think $995 for 6 months. You understand? Now, trust me, even if you enroll for 6 months, you are not going to be taught everything about automation. There are lots you have to do by yourself. So it does not matter if you're from tech background, it does not matter if you're from accounting background. What matters is how you solve problems. Using this code node, I have taught you and I have demonstrated, and the video is also here, how you can use your code node to build, how you can take your code node to AI to generate code, which is the same thing Osan did. Osan, did you write this code by yourself?
No, I didn't.
Thank you. I did not write the code by myself. I do not know how to code. I keep saying it, but I understand code. But I do not know how to code. All right. I use AI to generate my code, and I showed you how to use AI to generate your code. So it is not special. All right, that somebody is using AI to generate their code, which I've already shown you how you drag everything, take it to your AI, and also told you that Grok and Claude write better than ChatGPT. Even the person that day that used Copilot, because I think it was Peter, right? Someone used Copilot that day and gave better answer, better result than me that used ChatGPT. Me teaching, I used ChatGPT, but someone used Copilot and gave me a better answer than me. And I still told you that Claude and Grok produce the best answer or the best solution. I just told you that you can, even if this your workflow, you can go to your ChatGPT or your Grok, tell it generate full end-to-end workflow with and get ready to add Jetson file. Copy it and paste into your N8N, and you see a work for you. Understand? It is about your ability to explore. See, who is saying don't be offended? I am not offended though. Do I sound offended? I'm just stressing. I'm using muzzle to explain so that you understand. You understand? I'm sorry, I'm not in case I'm sounding harsh, like I don't intend to do so. Maybe that's my voice. But I'm sorry, I'm not even offended, right? I'm just trying to portray it. I'm trying to stress the fact that actually do not need coding. You don't need coding. You do not need tech background. All right. It's just you being able to explore. This is what I used to say. And I'll keep saying it. Keep dragging and keep dropping. Keep dragging, keep dropping. Drag and drop, drag and drop. If it doesn't work, check the error, error, error code. Why it gave you the error? Check it, repeat it. But trust me, if you keep watching video without practicing, in the next 1 year, you will not be able to do anything in it. That's a fact. All right. That part you were able to drag and drop today, that part you were able to resolve today that gave you headache, today you did it. Tomorrow, if it gives you such headache again, trust me, you will pass it. You understand? Osas had his integration for as long as using his reason. I told him, because later on I asked him, are you using self-hosting? He said yes. I told him, okay, reload, doing like this, go back, delete everything, go back, start that fresh, follow it step by step. He did it and it worked. Because I have passed such a problem before. At a point, I did not make use of Google Doc when I was learning. I don't make use of getting data from reading data from Google Doc because integration was not working. It wasn't working. I'll try, it will not work. I'll try, it will not work. I left, I abandoned it. But later on, I was like, no, I'm cheating myself. I have to retry this. I have to go back, follow it step by step. So, if I see any person having issue with Google Doc, I'll be able to tell the person, this is a problem here, this is that problem here, because I did not keep up. I remember I told you people from day one that there are people here, you feel like giving up on week 2. This is week 2. A lot of you already feel like giving up. True or false? Did I say it or didn't I say it? That some of you feel like giving up on week 2. This is week 2. A lot of you feel like giving up already. Abi? Thank you. That is it. Pass it. Don't worry, we'll enter AI from tomorrow. You people are waiting for the AI. AI is very sweet. AI is very sweet. When you enter AI, you start doing AI. It's not as difficult as this part. Don't worry. It's not as difficult as what we are doing now. But I needed you to understand it from scratch. I know you see a lot of people doing AI here, AI here, AI here, AI here, and it's very sweet. All right. Once you enter AI, you can hardly do basic workflows anymore. And these basic workflows they are what will give you stronger understanding of even using your AI, which is what I did. Because you're asking me, am I going to start from scratch? I said yes. And I am starting from scratch. Okay. Even when you're using AI, you still use your code node. When you're using AI, you still use your HTTP. When you're using AI, you still use your what is it called? Your switch and your if. You understand? But AI will not make it easier for you. All right. So please do not give up. One thing is certain. Always practice. And always practice. The assignments I'm giving to you are not doing it, and it's not good. Practice your assignment. I give you assignment so that you have something to do your assignment. And sometimes I give you open-ended assignment so that you will do what? Reading fast. Okay, so always practice your assignment. Do this, practice things by yourself. All right, so that will be all for today. And if you have a question, please go ahead to ask. I'm not sorry if I sounded harsh. I did not mean to do that, but I needed to use one Zoom to explain. You understand? Go ahead with that.
Yeah, it's a concerning Osas workflow. I don't know if you can share his screen. I saw something I wanted to ask him concerning his workflow.
Okay, Osas, share a workflow again. Which one? Is it the weather one?
Yeah, the weather one, the one you just showed us now.
Okay. Hold on. Now you see, things like this, are things we should not be hearing in class, but we should be hearing it in the group. That is the reason you have group. That's why you have a community. As Wasil Edo said, I tried the assignment was not working. Okay, you mean the assignment? Now there are people who have said, "Oh, the assignment is not working." That they've tried it, come on. Your problem, send it in the group. Any problem with it, send it in the group. That is why the group is here. I only love to ensure that everybody sees announcement for the next class, so that people will not come up and say they did not see announcement. All right, so I'm unlocking the group. So you can go ahead now. You can go ahead.
Yeah. On the contacts clients node there, I don't know if you can help me click it. And yeah. Email type. Isn't it supposed to be sent text rather than HTML?
HTML. So it's supposed to be text instead of HTML. As you will not receive a plain text. You will not receive a well formatted email, right? So, next class is all right. Next class is I've already said I'm going to teach you how to make use of the HTML in the email, right? There are two ways you use it. You either use it on the AI or use it on the email node. But when you're using your AI to fire text, to fire email, don't put your HTML on the email, right? Sorry, there are three ways to use your HTML, all right? So I'm going to teach all that, okay? What I've been trying to avoid is pack everything at once. You will still get tired and we will stay here 4 hours, 5 hours. I'm trying to cut it short, okay? W normal, go ahead, W normal. Yeah, it's supposed to be text. Or something it's supposed to be text. W normal, go ahead.
Yeah, please don't forget to add me in the group.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought I did that, right?
Thank you in advance.
All right. Okay, I didn't do that, so sorry. Okay, so any other question before we end for today?
Yes, sir.
That's it already.
I have a question, sir.
Go
So,
ahead.
concerning Osa's workflow. So now the only thing I just want to say is that what if like the weather forecast or something like that? What if I want to send it to like multiple emails? Let's say like 10 emails and all like that. Because obviously now I feel he actually inputted the email by himself.
Click on expression. Click on expression. Click on expression. Click on expression. Yeah. Increase it. Pull it up. No, make it bigger. Make it big. That expression, Yes. With comma, you can add as many emails as you want. That's what I wanted to show you. With comma, that comma that is there, you can add as many emails as you want.
Okay.
You write an email, you either write comma or colon. This bomb frame. You understand this? Bomb frame. Are you seeing me? How I'm demonstrating it. I don't know what the name is, but it's bomb frame or you use comma. That is that dot and comma or use comma. So that is semicolon, right?
Yeah.
That's frame bomb or bomb frame. I don't don't mind me. That's why we used to describe it when I was in primary secondary.
Okay. But aside this method, sir, the previous one we do, like it's kind of like automated, whereby like they already, how should I say, they're already emails already. You understand that? You just be sending automatically. This one that we are inputting them one by one.
Yeah. So I've already explained that earlier. I said when you know the emails are static.
Okay.
Emails are static. You just need the email to be sent to specific emails that you already know. That means you manually type it. But if the emails are dynamic, if the email addresses are dynamic, you can map. All right.
Okay.
That is it. Okay. So when they are static emails, now you want to be sending it to your. Okay. Now let's say you want to be sending it to yourself. You already know your email. Would you have to start dragging and dropping from anywhere? You just simply type your email inside.
Yeah.
That is it. So someone said so no assignment today, so we can go and said I think we should help each other. Those who have gotten it should help those struggling. But if you don't say it in the group, how will the person know that you are struggling? You have to say it in the group. You have to seek for assistance. You understand? Chinyere, you will receive assignments. I'll type it in the group. Okay. Assignment is. I will return the. Have you guys done this year? Have you done this? Have you guys done this? All right, I will write assignments in the group, please.
Please, let's rest today.
There is no rest. There is no rest for the weekend. You have Monday, Tuesday to rest. You have Monday, Tuesday to rest. Saturday, Sunday, no rest for the weekend.
I don't used to sleep on time again. I
Thank
beg.
you.
Tomorrow is Monday. There'll be no time to even do the assignment.
I want you to sleep in the church so that usher will come and start your phone. I want you to sleep in the church. Usher will come and tap you, tap your head. I have a sister, please wake up. The Lord is ministering. All right. Any other question, please? So that I can. Okay. Because of that. I'm not giving
Eh? You will give assignment too, because this one that understands me.
Please, just drop one tiny one. Just drop one tiny assignment.
Okay, no problem. I'll give assignment. I'll write it in the group. I'll give assignment. Something you can do quickly. Do not take your time.
Okay.
Yeah, do not take your time. All right. You know, all my workflows are usually simple.
Most of the people shouting assignments are likely to be people who have